Now let's talk about importing a GEDCOM into WeRelate. Importing a GEDCOM creates person and family pages for everyone in the GEDCOM file. First, click Import GEDCOM from the Add menu. Next, select the GEDCOM file you want to import from your computer. In 15 to 30 minutes, you'll receive an email telling you that the system has left a message for you on your talk page. When you click on the link in your email, you'll see that the system is saying that your GEDCOM is ready for your review. To review your GEDCOM, click on the link in the message. This launches the GEDCOM review program. Before the system creates wiki pages for all of the people in your GEDCOM, we ask that you take a few minutes to review your GEDCOM. Notice that there are tabs along the top of this program: People, Families, Warnings, etc. We'll review each of these tabs. In the People tab, you can review what the wiki pages for each of the people in your GEDCOM will look like. You can even edit them if you want before the wiki pages are actually created. The Families tab is similar. You can review what the family wiki pages will look like. Next, let's look at the Warnings tab. The system analyzes your GEDCOM and reports potential problems. Because this is a shared genealogy space, we ask that you take a few minutes to review the warnings in your GEDCOM and correct the ones that are mistakes, or at least make notes of them so that you can investigate and correct them later. Next, let's look at the Places tab. The system tries to match each of the places in your GEDCOM with place pages in the wiki. If it's unable to find a match, you can help it by right-clicking on the place and selecting Find Matching Place. This step is optional. Now let's look at the Sources tab. This lists all of the sources in your GEDCOM. The system does not yet try to match the sources in your GEDCOM to source pages in the wiki, but it will soon. In the meantime, if you want, you can match the sources in your GEDCOM yourself by right-clicking on the source and selecting Find Add Matching Source Page. Finally, let's look at the Family Matches tab. This is the most important tab in the review program. This tab shows you the families in your GEDCOM that the system has found potential matches for in the wiki. You're asked to review each of these matching families, potentially matching families, and click on the Match checkbox next to each family that is truly a match. Once you click on the Match checkbox, scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on the Match button to indicate that the families are indeed a match. Otherwise, you can click on the Not a Match button to indicate that the families are different and that a new family page should be created for the family in your GEDCOM. If you click on the Match button, your next step is to decide which pieces of information from your GEDCOM file you want added to the pages on the wiki. Check the boxes next to the information that you want to add to the wiki pages. Once you've checked the appropriate boxes, click on the Update button to add this information to the matching wiki pages. Once you've reviewed the warnings and the potentially matching families, you're ready to move to the last tab and click on Ready to Import. After this, an administrator will also review your GEDCOM and make sure that it's appropriate to add to WeRelate. This review process, the administration review process, usually happens within the next 24 hours. After the administrator review, the GEDCOM is imported. Then you'll receive another email telling you that the system has left another message on your talk page. Clicking on the link in this email takes you to your talk page where you can see that your GEDCOM has been imported successfully. This message contains some links that you can use to navigate around the wiki pages that have been created for your GEDCOM. Next, we'll look at getting around or navigating the pages to which you have contributed. First, we'll click on Trees in the My Relate menu. When you upload a GEDCOM or add pages online, they're added into a particular tree. Usually this is the default tree, although you can add as many trees as you like. The View link takes you to a searchable list of the pages in your tree. Here you can see that this searchable list is really just the normal search screen restricted to the pages that belong to your particular tree. You can also click on the Launch FTE or Family Tree Explorer link. This launches the Family Tree Explorer in a sidebar. The Family Tree Explorer displays a vertically oriented pedigree chart of the people and families in your tree. Next, let's look at contributions. Your list of contributions can be found by clicking on Contributions in the My Relate menu. Your contributions shows you a list of every edit to every page that you've made at We Relate. If you're having a hard time remembering the title of a page that you've changed, this is a good place to find it. Next, let's look at your dashboard. Your dashboard contains links to a number of commonly accessed pages. Now I'd like to talk about how to connect with other people at We Relate. Let's start by clicking on the Network link on your dashboard. Your network is a list of people who are watching the same pages as you're watching. These people are either probably related to you or have similar research interests. If you want to see exactly which pages you share in common with someone else, click on the number under the Watched Pages in Common column. This shows you a list of the pages that you and the other person are both watching. If you wanted, you could leave a message for that person on their Talk page by clicking on the Talk link. Once you've navigated to their Talk page, you can click on the Add Topic link to leave them a message. They'll receive an email notification letting them know that you've left a message for them. As mentioned before, every page has a Talk page, and you can click on the Talk link to leave a message about any page in the system. All of the people watching that page will receive an email notifying them that you've left a message. But what if you want to collaborate with someone who's not a member of We Relate? One thing you can do is email a link to the page to them and ask them to join. Do this by clicking on the More menu at the upper right-hand corner of the page and then clicking on Email this page. You can also email someone a link to your tree by clicking on Trees in the My Relate menu and then clicking on the email link next to the tree that you want to send them. This sends them a link that will launch the Family Tree Explorer on your tree. They don't need to be a member to review the pages in your tree. They only need to be a member if they want to edit them. Another way of working with others is to start a joint project. Here's a project for James Carey and his descendants and their allied families. Anyone can contribute to this project. To create a joint project page, select Article from the Add menu. Project pages are especially nice for collaboration because you can list alternative theories about the people that you're researching, as well as work that still needs to be done. This has been a lot to cover. There is a bit of a learning curve to using We Relate, but We Relate also has a wonderful group of volunteer administrators who are happy to answer your questions. If you have a question, just click on Support in the Help menu. This page is like any other Talk page. You can click on Add Topic to ask your question. That's it. We hope to see you online at werelate.org.